is Iran. He will fight Iran, which is basically the Shias. This is the second place that he will fight. The third battle that he will fight is Rome, the Christians. Now let's talk about the battle of Rome. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said that after the battle of the Armageddon, right, the day of the Sa'ah, the end, the last hour will not come until the Christians are camped in a place called Ad-Dabigh. In a place called what? In a place called Ad-Dabigh. And this is very important. Where is Ad-Dabigh? If you go back to the books of geography, as the Arab ulama have written, the scholars of Muslims, they have said Ad-Dabigh is a place between Ankara, which is in Turkey, and Aleppo, which is in Syria. So between Aleppo and Ankara is this place called Ad-Dabigh, and this is the place in which the Christians will camp and take over, and then the Muslims will fight the Christians at the army at this point. If you think about it, this can only happen after Syria is taken over. And you can already see in the newspapers, and the Congress is being told day in and day out how Syria is doing this and Syria is doing that, and how many sanctions has been put on Syria. Is anyone at any doubt that Syria will be the next country attacked? I don't have any doubt. Perhaps that they will be attacked, and so we can see how the predictions of Rasulullah is coming so clear. In fact, as we know, America has a pact with Turkey as well to actually take over to use parts of Turkey as a camp for their army in the Mediterranean, isn't it? And so they will take this place, as Rasulullah has already predicted, and we are sure that this will happen because this is an authentic hadith in Abi Dawud and Musnad Imam Ahmed and others, that the day of judgment will not come until the Christians of the Rome are camped in a place called Ad-Dabigh. And this is the place that I've just told you. Okay. Imam Mahdi rahimahullah, in the fourth battle, in the third basically battle that he will fight, he will bring a large army to attack the Christians. And at that time, when he comes to attack the Christians, a large portion of this Christian army will become Muslim, will accept Islam. And in fact, Rasulullah ﷺ even mentioned that the tribe that will attack, remember this, the tribe that will attack the Christians will be Banu Ishaq. Now if you look at it, there's nothing called Banu Ishaq in the tribes of Arabia. There is no Banu Ishaq. That is why Imam Ibn Kathir mentions that Banu Ishaq is Banu Ishaq ibn Salul, who is from the tribes that will accept Islam from the tribes of the Christians. And this is the tribe that will attack the Christians back. Right? So they will be led by these by these Muslims. These Christians will become Muslim and they will attack the Christians back. Right. The battle that will take place, brothers and sisters, between Rome and the Muslims at this time will last for 4 days. For 4 days, from this sunrise until sunset. In fact, the battle will be so severe, it will be so severe that even a bird flying over cannot pass by except that it will be killed. In fact, it will be so severe, meaning that there will be a lot of aerial wars as well. Okay, this is in our time. This is how you have to understand the hadith of Rasulullah. If a bird can't fly, that means they will be shooting them down. Okay, and a lot of aerial wars. Okay, and this is the great gravity of the war that will be fought. In the armies of the Christians will be 960,000 men, and they will fight the Muslims. The number of Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best how many the numbers will be. However, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, 1/3 of the people of the Muslims will leave the Muslims and run away. They are munafiqeen. So this 1/3 that will run away, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and Allah will never forgive them. Allah will never forgive them. Why? Because they will have died as disbelievers. So these are munafiqeen that will run away from the army of the Muslims. And 1/3 will be killed, and these are the best of the shuhada. And the other 1/3 that is alive, then this is the army that will gain victory over the Christians. Victory over the Christians. Remember, the Mahdi will never be beaten. Never be beaten a single war, greater or small, he will win. A promise of Rasulullah, a promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So he will win, and he will take over with 1/3 of his men. Thereafter, a man will come from the tribes, from far away, a messenger, and he will say that Dajjal has come between you. meaning the Dajjal has come up. At that time, Rasulullah said that the Mahdi will send 10 of the greatest knights of the Muslims, the greatest warriors of the Muslims, to check out whether the Dajjal has really come. And these 10 will go and fight the Dajjal. And Rasulullah said in authentic hadith Muslim Ahmed, Wallahi, he said, Wallahi, I know their names and the names of their fathers and the names of their tribes, and I know the color of their skin. Imagine how Rasulullah knew all of this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had told him every single thing, the details of what will happen to this ummah until the Day of Judgment. Right, and this is the battle that leads on to the last battle that the Mahdi will fight, and that is the battle against the Dajjal. Of course, he will not be able to win this because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already decreed that, and he will be cornered in Damascus, and he'll be waiting for the Mahdi to come down. When the Mahdi comes down, then of course the Mahdi will kill the Dajjal. And Isa alayhi salam will come down in Damascus, in the white gate of Damascus, and he will come down, and he is the one who will kill the Dajjal. Okay. There are some important points for us to remember. That is, firstly, the Mahdi will never claim to be the Mahdi, neither will he ever call himself the Mahdi. Are we clear on this? So anyone who therefore calls himself the Mahdi, or claims to be the Mahdi, right, or calls to his Mahdiship, then he is a kadhab, he's a liar. Secondly, the proof of the Mahdi is the army that will be swallowed up by the earth. So therefore, Sufyan al-Thawri radiallahu anhu, when he wanted to advise his people, his students about the Mahdi, he said, even if the Mahdi is passing by in front of you, don't join him. He said, what? Even if the Mahdi is passing by in front of your house, don't join him. Imagine, this is great advice for us, great wisdom. Think about it, what he's saying. He's saying, even if the Mahdi passes by in front of you, don't join him. And do not join him until the army has been destroyed, meaning that army that will be eaten up, and the people flock to him in hordes. That is the only time that you should join him. Meaning that this is a great sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because that can never happen except as a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first of all. Second of all, this is a true sign of the true Mahdi, isn't it? And so this is a great wisdom for us, because then there'll be a lot of Tom, Dicks and Harrys, coming out in a couple of years. They'll be saying, I'm the Mahdi. Some people, I don't know, might listen to this talk and say, oh, mashallah, we know who the Mahdi is now. Let me just proclaim it to the Mahdi. They've learnt a lot of the characteristics. It may happen, isn't it? SubhanAllah, how many of these people that we have learnt about have proclaimed themselves to be the Mahdi? So many. In fact, more people have proclaimed to be the Mahdi than has proclaimed to be the Messiah. In fact, this is something Shaykh Muslim mentions. Thirdly, the Muslimin are not in a need. They don't have any necessity, no need to know who the Mahdi is. We don't need to know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it clear to us. So therefore, we should not wait for the Mahdi to come in order to do the deeds that we need to do. And lastly, we should not aid the coming of the Mahdi. No, rather we should work to stop the coming of the Mahdi. How? This is self-contradictory, isn't it? Because I'm saying, may Allah bring his coming soon, and at the same time saying we should work so that he doesn't come. Because, brothers and sisters in Islam, the Mahdi will not come until there will be great dhulm in this earth, great transgression. And Edmund Burke, one of the great thinkers of the Western world, he said, the only thing that is the essential that is essential for evil to succeed in this earth is for good men to do nothing. What did he say? The only thing for evil to succeed in this world is for good men, the Muslimin, to do nothing. And that's when the Muslimin don't do anything, just wait for the Mahdi. Has he come yet? Has he come yet? Has he come yet? Okay? Looking up all the newspapers, has he come yet? Etc., etc. Looking up all the dreams that people hear. This woman saw that she gave birth to the Mahdi, and now the Mahdi is alive now in Makkah, as we hear, mashallah. The students of Medina have been spreading this rumor 6 years ago. And we were like, I even once went to Makkah saying, where is this Mahdi? Let me try and find him. Okay? These rumors, we live on these rumors, don't we? Because Allahumma stan, our iman is so weak that we have to enlighten our iman with these sort of fabrications and lies. These are all fabricated. The Mahdi has not been born yet. We don't know whether he has been born yet. We don't need to know. And to say that he has been born yet is a great lie on this ummah. Is a great lie. So, in conclusion, brothers and sisters in Islam, it is very important for us to realize that the coming of the Mahdi and the coming of the last hour the coming of the Mahdi, will be just before the 7 or the 10 great signs before the hour is established. And as we know, as Imam Ibn Hajar rahimahullah mentions, that the great signs of the Day of Judgment will be mutalahiqan. They will be following one after the other. So one will come after the other and in immediate succession. And when the first one comes, and what is the first one of the great signs? The coming of the Dajjal. Right? The first of the great signs. So when the first sign, and that is the coming of the Dajjal, starts, then every single sign will come in quick progression. Will come in quick progression. And there will be no way of stopping it. Okay? So brothers and sisters in Islam, first of all, we must try as much as possible to delay the coming of the Mahdi by making sure that this earth is not filled with dhulm and transgression. Rather that this earth is filled with adl, with justice, and with giving the haqq to the people. We must make sure that we don't wait for the Mahdi and just, stop doing our deeds and actions as people have done. They say, oh my God, America is about to take over Syria, and the Christians and Rome is about to have their camp in the place Rasul said, and we already have a peace treaty with the Christians, etc., etc. And so they start to pack their bags and tell their wives, let's go, and they go and they go to Yemen, or they go to Khurasan, or they go wherever, and to prepare for the Mahdi. No, this is incorrect. This is not the manhaj of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Rather, the ilm, the knowledge of the Mahdi should only make us want to delay his coming, because his coming will not come until, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, an-nafs az-zakiyya tuqtal. And who is the nafs az-zakiyya? As Rasulullah said, the nafs az-zakiyya is a man, a person who will be killed just because he says Allah, Allah. A man who says Allah, Allah will be killed. Meaning that the killing and the haram and the dhulm at that time will be so much that a person who merely associates himself with the Muslims will be killed. So indeed the time of the Mahdi will be will not come until great terror has already come to this earth. So it is upon the Muslims to delay the countdown of the Mahdi as much as possible. But at the same time to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring on the time of the Mahdi, so that Islam has its great glory restored to it, and the Muslims have their izzah and their honor restored to themselves. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Subhanallah Allahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.